So this video is for lessons 27.1 and 27.2. Okay, so mainly it's about graphing circles and writing the equations of them. All right, so we are going to begin by completing the square. This is a skill that you should have learned in Algebra 1, and it's very useful when you move on to Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. So here we go. So let's say example number 1. We're just going to do a basic problem. So we have x squared plus 6x minus 16 equals 0. So our goal is to complete the square, and the first thing we're going to do this, the way we're going to do it, the way we're going to do this is by adding 16. So we're going to do x squared plus 6x, then so plus 16, and I'm going to leave a space here, plus something here, equal to 16, and I'm going to do a plus something on this side. Now this something is going to come out from completing the square, and it's not a random something. It's just a way that you complete this, something that you add to this to make it a perfect square. So the way you do this is you take the middle term, you divide it by 2, so you get 6 divided by 2, you get 3, and then you're going to square that, and then you're going to add it here. So 3 squared is 9, you're also going to add it here, and then you get 9. So now this is a perfect square, and you can factor it as x plus 3 times x plus 3, and that is equal to 25. But since it's a perfect square, you can just write it as x plus 3 squared equal to 25. Okay? Let's do another one. So let's say I have x squared minus 10x minus 75 equals 0. So first thing is I'm going to add 75. So I have x squared minus 10x. And then remember, I'm going to replace that with something else. And then 75 plus that something else. So negative 10 divided by 2, you get negative 5. And then you're going to square this. Negative 5 squared is positive 25. So you add it there, you add it here. Now on the right hand side, you get 100. And then on this one, if we factor this, we're going to have x minus 5 to the second power. Okay? So that's how you do it. And so now we are going to write the equation of a circle that is given to us. And we have to write it in this form. So this is our goal, is to write the equation as x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where h comma k, that is your center. So that's going to help us graph it. And r is equal to the radius. Okay? So let's say we're given this, x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 2y is equal to 64. So this example 2, you have to make sure that you have all the variables on one side and all the constants on the other side. Okay? So since I don't have anything else, anything that is a constant or just a number, I'm not going to add anything to this side yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the square on the x's, and then I'm going to complete the square on the y. So you guys have to do it twice. So if we take this, we have x squared plus 8x plus something here, and then plus y squared minus 2y plus something here. Now, after we complete the square to the x's and the y's, we're going to add something here to make it a perfect square. So what we're going to do is, whatever we get here, whatever we add here, we're going to add it on the right-hand side as well. So let's begin. You take the 8 and then you're going to divide it by 2. What's 8 divided by 2? Well, that's 4. And you're going to square that. And you're going to add it here. 4 squared is 16. Since you add 16 here, you have to balance the equation and add 16 to the other side. Now on this one, you take the 2 and then you're going to divide it by 2. So 2 divided by 2, you get negative 1. And negative 1 squared is just a positive 1, so you're going to add a positive 1 here. Okay? So now, this one is going to look as x plus 4 squared, once you factor this into a perfect square, and then plus y, all this is going to become y minus 1 squared, and that is equal to 81. Now, if you're like, oh, I completely forgot how to factor, but I follow the process, you can just look at this, and if it's a positive, you have to have a positive there. I know that's not the correct way of saying it, because you're factoring, and then that's a negative 1, so that negative 1 has to match with this. Okay, so now, from this equation, now this one looks like that. That's the equation of the circle. So now we can find the center. And to find the center, we have to find out what number makes a 0 here. Because you're like moving away from the origin, so what number makes a 0 here? And that number is going to be a negative 4, and on this one is going to be a 1. So the center is that. Now the radius of the circle is the square root of 81. So that means that is equal to 9. Okay, I know it's a lot, so you're gonna have to pause and then watch it and watch it again. So let's do another one. On the next one, we're actually gonna do everything, and we're gonna try to graph it as well. So let's do example 2. So we have x squared plus y squared plus 14x minus 12y plus 4 equals 0. So there is our problem. So now, in this one, we have a 4 here. So that means I need to subtract 4 on each side, because I want all my variables on this side. And now notice that my x's are not together. So we're going to start by doing that first. I'm going to put all the x's together. So it's going to be x squared plus 14x. And now all the y's together. So it's going to be plus y squared minus 12y. And now I'm also going to subtract 4 here, so minus 4, and I got minus 4. So the next step is going to be to complete the square. So I'm going to take that one, divided by 2, and I'm going to get 7, so it's going to be 7 squared. This one, I'm going to divide by 2, and I get negative 6, and I'm going to square that. Right, so whatever I get, I'm going to add it here, and I'm going to add it here, and also I'm going to add it on that side. So let's clean it up. So we have x squared plus 14x, 7 squared is 49, then plus y squared minus 12y plus 6, negative 6 squared is positive 36, equal to, so since on this side I add 49 and 36, I'm going to add negative 4 plus 49, and then plus 36. Okay? So then I'm going to factor this, and it's going to be x plus 7 squared. If you still don't see how I go from here to here, all you have to do is use the area model and factor. And then plus y, since that's a negative, this one has to be negative square, and that is going to be equal to, let's see, that's 45 plus 36, 81. So now the center is at negative 7, positive 6. Remember that you're trying to go back to the origin from here, so that means you have to subtract 7 to go back, and on this one you need to add 6 to go back. So now the radius of this is going to be 9. Okay? So now let's go ahead and graph this same problem. So graphing is not that bad, so you have to make your x and y plane. Let's see, negative 7 up 6, so let's see if we can Make it like that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means the center is at negative 7, 6, right? And then the radius is going to be 9 units. So how do we do that? So the way we do that is from the center, you count 9 units in every direction. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 in that direction. So now that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's another one. So now we have 2 points. So now we need to get 9 into this direction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now this one's going to be over here. And we obviously have to get 9 up. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I have to go all the way to 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be up here. It's going to be a big circle. I mean, try to make it nice, but that is the idea. Okay. So that's pretty much all you guys have to do. And remember, the center, you get it from here, and the radius comes from here. So let's do a really quick short example and graph it. So let's say I have this x squared plus y minus 1 squared, and the radius is 3. So the center, since there is nothing next to my x, is going to be 0, and then on this one is going to be positive 1. And the radius, sorry, I meant to put 9 here. So the radius is going to be 3. So now to graph it, this one is much easier. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, that's too close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the center is 0, 1. So you're at 0, go up 1. And now you're going to go 3 units in every direction. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now there is your circle. Okay. Make sure you label. So the center is at 0, 1. And if you want to label the radius, that is 3 units. Okay. And that's it.